And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Right now, let's go. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Good. Mike 48. Go. Got it. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, it's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Hey, 0-0-0. 48 right now. Let's go. Hey, keep it up. Mike 48. Switch. 18.
3rd and long. It's Wilson escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this, but I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Myers' kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 17-0 our score after 1. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, come on.
To throw is Jackson. To throw again. This one complete to Ingram. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And it's second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Jackson, option right. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Six-man. Check her.
They go play action with Jackson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's...
The ball comes out, and the Ravens have got it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Jackson on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens cut into that lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Carson. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Let's go, buddy.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
48, Mike. 48, Gun. Check pass. Check 48's the Mike. Check 48's Mike.
On first down, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
14. Let's go. Alert. Check 31. Check 31.
Here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. They run it with Carson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This is Carson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Go. 48. Hustle. Get the ball. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we gonna Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Check pass. Mike 48. Watch the curl.
They snap it at one. Now Wilson, flushed out right. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check 48's the Mike. Check 48's the Mike. Watch the slant.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson, rolling to his right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 75 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here.
Hey, alert 48. Hey, we gonna Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Oh, you got deep?
From the shotgun, Wilson, flush to his right. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to...